So off rip, just straight up off rip. Again, say hi to YouTube, everyone. This video is going to get everyone and their mom upset. I haven't watched it. I've heard about it. Agenda's that is pretty dope. How Hoyoverse manipulated the gacha industry. Now, realistically, code nuclear cinema, nuclear drama. The thing is that objectively they're not wrong. Simply based off the fact that Hoyoverse, Genshin Impact set a standard, and a lot of video games have copied that standard and just copied that formula. So when they say the word manipulated, I don't think it means, I mean, we'll find out obviously, but I do think it's not just they're money hungry, greedy bastards. Obviously, I mean, every company, well, not every company, but you know, it's a different story. But nuclear cinema incoming, nuclear cinema, okay, let's go. Got it. How Hoyoverse manipulated the gacha
and a
space.
looming sense of fear of missing out. That is the essence of gacha. Back in 2017, I remember leaving the theaters in mid-March with 2 friends after having seen the movie Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel Part 2, from the Fate franchise I very much enjoyed. And no, I surprisingly wasn't bullied in high school. In fact, I had been so excited for this movie that I had downloaded this neat little game called Fate Grand Order a few months prior.
You said I wasn't bullied in high school.
I enjoyed the franchise so much.
Little did I know that was the worst decision I would ever make.
They had just added this super badass character called First Hassan, so I thought, what better time to start?
Has anyone played FGO before? Has anyone played that? Because I've heard it's a horrendous video game. I've heard it is genuinely one of the worst gacha games of all time. But I have nothing. Right, imagine, that's what I'm saying. I've heard nothing but negative things about that game. I have. FGO, is it good? I know Fob was playing it recently. Fob got on. I don't think there's a pity system. Like, I think FGO, legitimately, it's also one of the oldest. FGO pity system. I actually don't believe there's a pity system, right? There isn't, right? What up, Jinxie? How are you? Stinky so late? Yeah, please never come back ever again. Thank you. Holy nuclear! Everyone go follow Jinxie if you don't beat the crap out of you. Look at this. There is a pity system now. It's like 330s. Yeah, it says is a system for safeguards players from overspending for a single copy. When a master fails to summon the raid up a given banner, the raid up SSR will be guaranteed on the 330th pull. I would pull my eyes out. That's disgusting. That's insane. That is crazy, son. What? I mean, the old Genshin weapon banner is not much better. Right? It's not much better, obviously. Literal Gacha hell, but yes, everyone go follow Jinx. Hope you have a great day today, Stinky. I play Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, Wuwa, and Zenless. Literal Gacha, I think 300 pull was new. Yeah, so I think even, was wondering, it's a rating show city. Yeah, so I think even before then, there was no pity. Yeah, that's rough.
My first gacha game. I grinded as hard as I could, saved up my currency, and rolled all of it until I got a rainbow glow on his banner.
That's insane,
I
Yurio.
finally got him.
That's insane.
He's not a Saber class servant. Oh no. I had instead gotten spooked by Artoria instead of First Hassan. This was my first encounter with the crushing feeling that gacha games can have on a person. While for some, this feeling simply causes them to uninstall the game, I was a rookie gacha player.
Nah, we gotta keep going, brother. We gotta keep going.
Like an idiot. My full-time job at that point in time was watching VTubers and playing Path of Exile, so I wasn't about to purchase pulls, so it was back to the grind I went. However, by some divine intervention, my next 10 pull was First Hassan. I was elated, and I would...
That's where it begins, bro. When you lose a 50-50 and you go back and you win, or you get the weapon, or whatever it is, you're like, yo, I'm on top of the world. Yo, Arj, I appreciate the follow, brother. Thank you. You're in a YouTube video. I'm not cutting it out, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. When you lose and then you get it right back to back, you're on top of the world, but then you realize you're $30,000 out of your 401k, your house about to get foreclosed on, I have to stream from McDonald's. This is a true story. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding my chickens, so I'll be lurking. I'm holding my chickens. I don't know what that means, Jinx. What is a chick? You're holding like a chicken? Yeah, have a great lyric. I appreciate you, Stinky. You saw skill for that. Never end an L.
Ride this high
Never
for
end on
over
an L.
a year
Always.
of playing this
Always keep going.
garbage money sink game, which eventually
Thank you.
ended when I spent an entire year saving for a character and failed to pull them. Fate Grand Order is basically...
I don't think I would have the strength to sit there, hold. I have 4 chickens. You have 4 chickens? Like legit? Like Legend of Zelda, you got a whole chicken coop. I've heard stories about this one. Yeah, Yog, I've heard bad things. But no worries, Jinx. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. We're ending soon. We're ending. I have to go out. I have to get ready. Yeah, I've heard horrible things about this game as well, but I can't imagine saving for a character for X amount of time, like a year plus, and then you just don't get them. Like that, thank God, like disposable income is a thing. Cause like, holy shit, like I would be I wouldn't play. I think genuinely, I probably wouldn't have the balls to play gacha games free to play if I didn't have a job. I'd probably just stop playing. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Legit, they're teenagers. Really? That's hilarious. I love this. It's my first time on Wuthering Waves right now. It's great, Captain. Disposable income, man. It sounds like a nice concept. I know. I mean, granted, I don't have disposable income, but you know, like I could throw $20 here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's okay. Am I in a YouTube video? No, you're banned. Get out of here.
Diablo 4 Gacha. It's an easy target you can dunk on for free internet
How old
points, but a lot of people who do
crazy.
so haven't even played the game. It's just the gacha game boogeyman. If you talk trash about it, everybody just agrees. Even the subreddit feels like they went through every stage of grief and are in full acceptance mode that the game just sucks and won't get better. Fate Grand Order is an older generation of gacha. This game had no pity on banners until more recently, no packs you can buy in the shop other than raw currency, a 0.8% chance of getting the character you
0.8? A 0.8% chance that people played and funded this video game? 0.8? That's horrible.
Which are all limiteds, by the way.
That's
and
disgusting.
Realistically, you could save up for an entire year and not pull the character you wanted, since there was no pity at the time. It also has no auto feature, long load times, no real account buying systems. You could just lose your account forever if you use a new device, and almost every character you pull is completely useless. Because
I feel like we have to play it
in your farm team.
I feel like I have to do my due diligence and play this.
A Famitsu magazine interview actually previously said wanting pity on rolling banner characters was greedy of players. I love unbiased gaming journalism. Also, the gameplay, just wow. The most boring and rudimentary turn-based gameplay that's somehow more boring than an actual auto battler. And yet, somehow, this game is making millions a month with all these
buying
downsides.
system?
We all know it's due to the hentai, don't lie. These horrible predatory gacha games were considered much more normal back then, and when you see some of what we have now, you may think that gacha has really come a long way, and are way more consumer friendly, right? Well, that's what I'd want to talk about in this video.
I'm just curious real quick. I wonder what they're making now. Obviously, we know this isn't the most accurate source or whatever. Oh my god, Ethan, you're using the website that didn't get everything right? Yes, I am. Shut up, your mother. Fate. Where is it? Where's Fate Grand Order? Am I dumb? Do y'all see it? Oh. $20 million! And last month they made 50! Globally, you're playing this game with a max of 330 pity, and they made $20 million? JP.
What's considered the new gacha norm, the new generation, and how consumer friendly it is. Also, if you enjoy this type of video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll be making more.
Insane.
September 28, 2020, Genshin Impact exploded onto the scene, and for the first time, a gacha game was in the mainstream. Many people who never even heard of a gacha game played it without knowing
made this game so mainstream
hole that they were falling into of anime waifu gambling. In fact, many of you watching this video probably started their gacha journey with Genshin as their gateway drug. First one's on me.
Did it, Brad?
Some of what made Genshin so special was three things. First, it felt like a real game. It was a high production value game.
True, that's what it is. It felt like Zelda.
Ever made, in fact. No, not you. Most gachas looked or felt like cheap phone games. And most people in the West would see a phone game as something similar to Candy Crush, or some game their mom would play on the couch.
I played at launch because Zelda.
Game,
makes sense.
A distraction.
Makes sense.
Nice
for
graphics,
sure.
was welcoming of any age group. It even has a floating piece of meat that repeats the dialogue over and over in case your ADHD distracted you.
So, what you're saying is that Paimon helps explain what's happening to people who can't pay attention?
Shut up! It also had a PC
Shut
client.
up, bitch.
Most gacha games at the time didn't have these, or if they did, they weren't
Bro,
really in the public.
PGR's PC client still doesn't work, by the way. I still get YouTube comments on my YouTube short about PGR saying that they can't get the game to work. Just want you guys to know that. Shout out to Kuro Games, I should say. You reacted to Camila? Yeah, I came to Genshin because of Zelda 2. That's valid. Also, what's going on? Love Lauren. How are you? Dap me up. Have a great day today. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
And were more small time.
Yeah, the Camila video I think is cap, honestly.
Many in the West wouldn't consider it to
we'll
be
see,
a
though.
real game without it being on
sure, PC client. There is a PC client.
And
yeah.
although most of Asia plays on the phone, it still gives the game.
I'm in the same category though. I would never. I used to never actually. Was I was younger, I would never touch mobile games. But if it was only mouse and keyboard, I would never touch the video games. And obviously, I got older and my balls dropped, and I realized, that, that's how optimization, whatever. But I mobile games, like. When people recommend me gacha games and stuff, like I got recommended PGR before the PC client, but I saw that I needed to download an emulator for it. I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
The real product, not something cheap.
Secondly, the biggest news back then, the instant switch never happened.
Pandemic, and as we all know,
Das, I'll tell you after,
the internet
in a moment.
Was boosted heavily during this period, including
there are no emulators now? Yes, there are. BlueStacks.
Numbers on any social media and exposure on platforms like YouTube, Twitch were at an all-time high, which was perfect to boost this big new game. Lastly, the game had over $100 million in marketing, which I mean, come on, that's an insane amount of marketing. It would be a bit embarrassing if it didn't work.
What is this piece of trash? Fuck.
This piece of shit.
Every time you opened a YouTube video on phone, you'd get a Genshin ad. However, if you got one on PC, why aren't you using an ad?
The PC client's trash though,
That's
the problem.
Of what many may consider to be a modern gacha,
Play them on
or what
PS5,
sets the bar of quality. Many games are copying the formula and trying to make high-budget quality games that engage the player more than a junky phone shovelware game. Gone are the days of the low-budget scammy gachas that plague the market being the only choice. There's plenty of higher budget gachas since then, with more on the way because Genshin proved that gacha games don't have to be slop. We've set a new bar of quality and generosity for all gacha gamers, right? However, there is one very important part that we haven't
What up, Saru?
About it. The gacha.
Punishing Great Raven has a PC client, but it's
ass.
There's
many types of gacha casino systems. Ones with no pity, ones with carrying over pity, shards, a spark system. But when it really comes down to it, most of these in the past were scammy, unless they gave you a ton.
What up, Sid? We're watching a video for YouTube. How you feeling, bro?
The age of gacha brought us the 50-50 system. And let me explain why I think this system is one of the worst things to happen to gacha games.
I'm curious to think what he thinks about a 50-50 system, because I know Honkai Impact didn't have a 50-50 system. I'm pretty sure Epic 7 didn't have a 50-50 system, like it was guaranteed. But I also think, like, if you look at the profit margins of the games that have introduced 50-50 systems compared to ones that don't, you could easily see, like, Epic 7 does fine for itself. I don't know how Honkai Impact is still alive. But then there's games like Genshin, FGO, etc., where, I mean, 50-50s, I'm not in support of them, but I also understand that 50-50 systems are needed to make money. Cookie Run Kingdom, they're no pity. Yeah, Cookie Run Kingdom's one of those. And Jez Idea that would prefer Post to get pity but no 50-50. I don't know if I would prefer Post to 50 instead of 50-50 because listen, 50-50 is Gamba, right? You could be on a 50-50 in 10 pulls, you can get the character. If you now, granted, you could do that with the hard pity stopper as well, but a lot of the times I think with hard pity stoppers, they'll probably make the pity higher. So I don't know, man. I think Nikkei's gacha system is the best. They make a ton of money. Can you run C0 units in Nikkei though? I've never played Nikkei. I don't know a lot about Nikkei, but I know a lot of these older gacha games, C0 units and end games are really not that good, especially if they have better gacha systems. So they're not as well to use in that. Can you? Like PGR 100% debut characters, they make very little money. Yeah, I mean PGR, I don't know. I have my own thoughts. I don't think PGR is a great game, to be honest. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I don't think PGR is very good, personally. I just think it's but it's all the rest of imprints, yeah. Okay.
Wait, come on guys, put down the pitchforks. Wait, just a minute, let me explain. Genshin Impact was so popular that
I do think they need to stop copying
Genshin. Same pulling system.
I think it's more of a level check. Is it? Okay.
Denominations in the shop are the exact same. Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone 0, Wuthering Waves, Girls Frontline 2, Reverse 1999. Hell,
yo, I appreciate you, Vig. Thank you so much, brother. Damn, man. We're recording another video right now, so say hi to YouTube. Actual goat. That means the world to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We'll be live again tomorrow. I have to end soon. But as long as you're enjoying my content, that means the world. But thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in, homie. You get a W's in chat for Vig. Please get some W's.
Keep getting away with this.
Oh, God. Oh, great heavens.
How it works in Genshin is that every pull has a 0.6% chance of being a 5-star. However, realistically, this 0.6% chance is broken down into 0.3% of the banner character and 0.3% of a random standard character. After 75 pulls in the banner, you reach the soft pity stage, where every subsequent pull has higher rates until you get a 5-star that resets the counter, but the second 5-star pulled guarantees the banner character. Alright, so if you're moderately lucky, you may get them around the 80-ish pull range, but if you're unlucky, we're looking closer to 160 pulls. Now, I may have failed 4 math classes in school, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot of extra pulls. In a game that doesn't give a crazy amount of currency and isn't super generous, that's kind of an insane disparity all within a single coin flip.
It's not a bad intro
Don't even
Gacha
get me
game.
started on that weapon banner. But hey, surely it's better than the old days, right? Yes, absolutely. Some of the old gacha games can rot in hell, they were so bad. This system is surely better for the average gacha player. But what if that isn't really the case?
I think
What
I
if the
should have
50/50
tech
system is actually much more predatory than we really think? Now, bear with me for a moment. Theoretically, if someone pulls for a character and they lose the 50/50, they'll be sad, but doesn't this also motivate them to spend more money? You see a light at the end of the tunnel and have recently gotten very unlucky and feel pretty low. You're only 1 pack away from the character with no 50/50 anymore. Come on, boy, you're almost there. You can do it. Psychologically, the 50/50 system can crush your mentality extremely hard, but winning that 50/50 and the hope of
The counter argument to this, though, is if you have a 50/50 and if you're patient and you say, you know what, I'm going to stop pulling here. This is where I stop. And then you wait and you grind more and more and you just wait for another character. So what they're saying, 1000% accurate. And probably a majority of gacha players do what this person is saying. However, there is another side to the token. Like there is for sure. Like without a doubt. So yeah. I get it. I don't disagree. But I would also prefer 50/50 as opposed to FGO's 330 polls. That's insane.
Incentivizes you to pull.
That's
it's
insane.
Almost like a gacha within a gacha. However, if they win the 50/50, they feel like they got really lucky and they're relieved, even though rather than being rewarded, they just weren't punished with the coin flip. Keep in mind, I am not a psychologist or economist or have any experience in the game industry. This is simply
I agree, Das. I agree.
But I believe it holds true for many players. I've personally had many people tell me that they either quit the game due to 50/50 or refuse to play games with this form of gacha because they think it's so predatory. Also, many who quit the system don't really matter to the company because they weren't going to spend money anyways, so the company...
I've only played a select few of older gacha games, so I can't speak on the older gacha genre. But I feel like I think 50/50 is... It sucks losing your 50/50. A game like Wuwa does a very good job of giving you enough pulls to the point where you feel like you don't need to spend money. So when you're that rewarding, or even Sariel, man, I mean, granted, Sariel's ZZZ, I really think it's just Genshin. ZZZ gives you a crap ton of pulls. Honkai Sariel gives you a crap ton of pulls. ZZZ could be a little bit more generous. Like, let's be honest, it could be. But their way that they work with their standard weapon banners and that you could actually craft W engines and you don't have to pull for them. Sariel, again, goated. They started that 10 per patch thing, and Wuwa just gives so much. I really think it's a Genshin issue. Like, I truly believe it's a Genshin issue. What up, Soju? I'm still recovering at it from Honkai Impact and Fate Go. Man, did they suck bad then? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Fate Grand Order, like, I would much rather have a 50/50 than 330 pulls or unlimited pity. You know? Aether Gazer and Snowbank has 100% around 90 pulls or so. The systems out there. Those are out there. I haven't played Aether Gazer in a while or Snowbreak. That's solid. I feel like, I think back to old gacha games. I played the system and so ass. I do believe, I get what he's saying, but I don't think that we're looking... I don't think we're looking at the full scope of the issue here, brother. I really don't. I think that, like, he said that the older games were bad, but the 50/50 system, I think, is better than no pity at all. Or, again, 330. Obviously, Snowbreak and Aether Gazer have better systems. Or even Wuwa. You know, Wuwa has 50-50s for the normal banners, but their weapon banners are 100% guaranteed at 80. But so, I get what he's saying, but I also feel like we're kind of going into circles, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to keep it a stack.
And go to Rule 34
it makes me cream every time? No, dead ass. I'm in agreement with you about 50 being predatory as a psychological thing. It is predatory, and it is a psychological thing, without a doubt, and I don't deny that. But I also prefer 50-50 over no pity at all, or like 100% guarantee for the weapon is insane. 100% guarantee for the weapon is fucking pog. It's insane. That's goated. I really do think it's mainly a Genshin issue though. Like obviously a bunch of other games have these 50-50 things, but what modern gacha is releasing with no pity? The whole premise around why we play gacha games, let's keep it a buck. We all have mental illness, right? Like you play gacha games because when you do that pull, you get a certain level of dopamine where it goes crazy, where it goes high or low. And then a lot of the times they get you hooked in, you're addicted back. But now that same level of dopamine, it's still going to be there, I think, even if you have a 50-50 or not. Because when I roll on the weapon banner, you know, if I get a weapon in Wuwo within 10 pulls, that's dope. If I get it in 80, I'm fucking depressed. And then now, for me, I'm a fucking psychopath. I'm motivated. I want to keep it going. A lot of players are going to quit, but I feel like that's a gacha genre issue with the niche as opposed to a game issue. Obviously, some games overdo it way too much, but I think the gacha genre in itself is a greedy genre. It's supposed to be greedy. I'm not defending it. It's fucked up. It's horrible. It's legal gambling. I get it. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I also don't know what we're talking about in this video. I feel like it's just the genre. It's just the genre that we're in. You know what I'm saying? You know, can't gamble in LA, so it's the next best thing. That, yeah, bro, dead ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? But all started because someone in his chat said keeping 50-50 is a good system. Okay. It's not a good system. It's a better alternative. Obviously, the best system is a guaranteed. But even a guaranteed might not be that great. Because what if your guaranteed is 200 pulls? I would rather have a system where I can get the thing. No. Guaranteed most likely is better. I'm lying to you. Guaranteed is better. But again, who's releasing guarantee? Wu was the only one who did it, you know? There are better gachas that aren't anti-consumer like the Hoyo model. How many of those are really out there, though? I guess, again, Snowbreak, Azure, Noxumi thingy, so true. I don't think the Hoyo model should be the standard for the industry anymore. I think we should get away from it. I don't disagree. Well, kudos for them for putting 50-50 at least. Yeah. No, I agree. Kudos for them for sure. All I'm saying is that Genshin is gambling for children. It is definitely gambling. Gacha in itself is gambling for children. It is a predatory market. The whole thing is predatory. I just don't know what we're talking about here, I guess. I tried gacha games for the first time this year. I played Wuwa and Genshin at the same time. I stopped playing Genshin because their pity system and exploration traversal is so pain. The exploration in Genshin is fucking horrendous. Don't even get me started. I have a whole other video on that. But, yeah, I get it. I don't disagree.
The system as
well. If they didn't do 50-50, they'd have to increase the pity to like 140 or something.
Even if they increase the pity to 140, guarantee is still better. It is still better.
But the company made billions of dollars from this game. I think they'll survive a more lenient pity, and Dawei can probably survive with only 3 yachts this year instead of 5. And some even say things like,
well, it's better than FGO and no pity.
Well, yeah, I'd rather be punched than stabbed, but that doesn't mean either is good. Just because you compare this system to the Diablo 4 of Gacha doesn't really help your case when there's way better systems. Also, it's actually lower rate per pull than Fate Grand Order's 0.8%, which is kind of insane to think that it's worse in any metric whatsoever than a game that basically everybody dunks on. But this isn't a hit piece on Genshin.
If a gacha game did a guarantee, then they'd make a cap stupid high. They got to make their money somehow. Gacha's basically baby's first casino. Yeah, I mean, even if they do guarantee, I still think that I believe there's a certain line of giving players enough currency / enough rewards that it will motivate them and make them feel loyal enough to be spending more money. Look at PGR and Kuro Games. And then there's another line of we're just greedy and we want you to spend as much money as possible. And then there's Genshin. I think there is a fine middle ground. I truly do not believe any game has conquered that middle ground yet. I think maybe the closest things to that middle ground is Wuwa. Is Wuthering Waves, but as you see, Wuthering Waves does not generate other godly amounts of money like that. Maybe NTE would be that middle ground. I don't know, but I do believe there is 100% middle ground there. My only issue with the Wuwa gacha system is that while weapon is guaranteed, 4-star weapons are ass. Exactly, fear. Exactly. And so that's the other problem with WUA. Wuthering Waves, although the weapon system is amazing, and it's a give and pull. It's a give and pull, brother. If you're given that a guaranteed weapon, now you 90% of the time have to roll for that weapon as a Wuthering Waves professional. As a Wuthering Waves professional, what do we? Without those 5-star guaranteed weapons for your limited characters, or even for the standard banner characters, you still need the 5 stars. The game is a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher. It's a harder experience to play with, and you feel like you're kind of nerfing your account a little bit. So I definitely agree with you in that. That is a very valid point, Fear. And so I would still technically rather have that than opposed to the 50-50 system, because I could still technically spend less money and still get more done in WUA, but it's not a perfect system either, you know, without a doubt. Look at E7, pity for RGB, banner's 120, that's totally fine. RGB set banner on E7 is fine. I think E7 does a good job, but E7 also doesn't make money like that, you know. Genshin does need more rewards, 100% of the, yeah, Genshin needs to give at least 90 pulls per patch, like bare minimum for 100%ing everything. Every single thing they need more rewards. I think Sauron needs more rewards too, but Genshin's got a ton of genuinely 4-star weapons. Oh, for sure. Genshin Impact 4-star weapons, you can clear the whole game. Look at Eeks, bro. Eeks has all these challenges. People like, you can't do it with this, and Eeks is like, actually, I'm oiled up and watch me, and he does it. You know what I'm saying? E7 is a PvP game. Different mindset, yes, but still, the pity system is better. Navia, for example, her weapon's purely a luxury. Serpent Spawn is barely behind her signature, and even you can go with a free-to-play weapon or a craftable and it'll work. I agree. Do you think most of the people who are playing Genshin are staying mainly because of the amount of investment they put into the game for the last few months or years? I think a lot of Genshin players, like if you go to the Genshin category, you're going to have people like me who are try-hard meta people. Me, Limbo, you know, Para, people like that, Seka. And I feel like people like that just really enjoy the game and love the gameplay of it. But I think a lot of other streamers and content creators, or just even people, play the game because it is a cute world and they love it. For example, I will give you the perfect example. During the Genshin Impact live stream, they announced the Saurian dolls. That was a big takeaway for a massive part of the super duper casual place. It's like, wait, I want to buy the Saurian. It's fucking adorable. And so I think people are so hyper fixated on the world because the emotional attachment they have to it, because in their mind, they think the world is fucking top tier and amazing, which is okay. That's fine. But I think they're really more connected to the world and the characters as well. Now, obviously, the people like you, me, etc., we have so much investment into it. It's like, okay, we'll stay because we've been here for forever. But I really do think it's a world building thing. Genshin has done an amazing job with world building, marketing, and making people feel like they're missing out if they're not playing the game. So I think it's a little bit of both. You know, I personally miss needing 2 fade points. You miss needing 2 fade points, Brendo? You missed that? For sure, the system is much better. I have Shorekeeper and I have her with the craftable weapon because I don't have other options. Arch, you're good. Leave the craftable weapon. If you get variation, dope. If not, that's fine. I do wonder if the reason why 4-star weapons is a lot better is because the weapons are less obtainable. Yes, I believe so. I feel like there's only one 4-star weapon in WoW right now that's decent variation. Yeah, pretty much. That and Commando of Conviction. Everything else is pretty ass. Weapons should be guaranteed. What up, Mal? I agree with you, brother. Damn, yeah, welcome in. How are you? Excuse me. I will take the 50-50 1 fate point in Genshin because it's just like a character banner now, but the 2 fate points were horrible, brother. That shit was ruining my fucking mental. It made me stop playing the game for a little bit, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really did. As someone who's invested a lot to Genshin, I do genuinely love the game and continue to play because of that. Exactly what Surf said. Yep. Psychotic behavior. This man, Brendo's on a run. Yeah, Valitake, I think we'll win different worlds. Depends on your taste. Yeah, I mean, WoW was also still brand new, right? So the world building is not going to be as deep. But yeah, a lot of people play Genshin because they think it's a very cute. It's a kid game, bro. They have Pokemon. They have Pokemon now. It's a fucking kids game. You know what I'm saying? WoW has echoes and Pokemon that look like they're gonna fucking kill you in their sleep and they're from the back rooms, you know?
Impact. I'm trying
very
to
different,
explain
very
how
different
this
vibe.
became the norm and how the popularity of a game has normalized a
Very
gacha
different vibe.
system that probably would have failed in most other instances. Since Genshin opened the floodgates of gachas in the mainstream, Many have only experienced this system and don't have the perspective of other ones, causing everyone to kind of just accept it as the norm.
He's 100% right. A lot of people only play Genshin.
Other successful ones' UI because that's what players are used to and it feels normal to them. Many of you may not have played a game without this system. I'm also not speaking from a moral high ground. I participate in this as well, and I play these games and I sometimes spend money.
I fucks with this dude heavily.
We're all degenerates together here. What I'm trying to say is that we're all on the same side of a bad situation because us as the players are the ones to benefit by wanting better systems rather than defending a bad one. And all this together, the quality of games but the shift to a different dubious monetization is what I consider to be the new gacha era. However, I don't really think I'm alone in thinking all of this. More recently, the game Snowbreak has actually added a secondary version of every banner that has lower rates per pull, but no 50-50 nonsense, which many players appreciated. Also, a newer China-only released game called Guilong Chao,
that's valid,
butchered that, got a ton of
sick
for using a slogan of "Say goodbye to MiHoYo Gacha," referencing the
Nuclear cinema. Oh my god. Holy shit. Goodbye, the shade. Goodbye, Hoyo vs. Gacha. Nuclear cinema, by the way. Yo, what's going on, Kren? Welcome in, brother. Hope you're having a great day today. Holy shit. You saw I had that weighted. They said, fuck Mihoyo. Listen, man, the Mihoyo. Bro, just because. Okay. Genshin copied Zelda. Genshin obviously had the COVID buff. But the Genshin is a very good beginner experience. Very good. It is a good, solid video game to play. But every video game does not need to copy them T for T for T for T. You can copy the gameplay. You can make the gameplay better. Neverness to Everness, I think, is going to be a better gameplay experience than Genshin based on what we've seen before and some of the stuff I've broken down in my other videos. But I think that's going to be a better gameplay system. But they don't need to copy the gacha system. You could copy the talents. You can copy the constellations. You can have your own gacha system. Again, Wuwa has done the best of that. The 5-star weapon banners in Wuwa, like the actual focus ones, are pretty valid. The shit sucked 2 fate points. I was just gassing. No, I know you're just gassing. I know. But yeah, no, listen, man, that's a valid marketing scheme. Fuck it, why not?
50-50 system, not the games itself, which many players didn't like. Now let's also offer an alternative. As I've played or looked into a lot of gacha games, what could be done instead of the 50-50 system? First, we have a game like Azur Lane, a cultural icon in the gacha community for sure. 7% SSR rate, they're practically flying off the shelves. The game makes most of its money from skins, and if you think about it, isn't that the best way because you don't feel the need to pay for characters or power in a
they have to. They really do.
Next, let's look at Goddess of Victory Nikke. Wait, give me a moment. I'm still looking. Anyways, this game has a 2% pull chance of the banner character and a 2% of a random SSR. Every pull gives a ticket that carries over between the banners, and 200 of them can choose a current banner limited unit whenever you want. It's really easy to own most of the characters for free with dupes just from pulling normally, as you'll get random SSRs all the time, but not feel punished, but rather rewarded when you get them. Also,
again, this is my question though. This is my question. What's going on, Toxic? How are you, brother? We're not doing any more account help today. We're going to do a little bit more tomorrow, but I'm going to do in the story. But welcome in, man. Hope you're having a great day today. Boobies. I do agree that guarantees are nice and woo-wah. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate the follow, brother. Thank you, man. Welcome. And say hi to YouTube, by the way. I come back tomorrow, but say hi to YouTube. I just don't know. Epic 7's a PvP game. Epic 7 might have good stuff, but if you don't whale, you're losing your PvP fights. It's you're losing. You're straight up losing your PvP fights. I don't know enough about Nikke. You guys are saying that you can beat the game. Yeah, I appreciate the follow. Should I call you Azare? Is that valid? But damn, your brother, welcome in. I don't know. But again, I appreciate you. Thank you both. Thank you both for the follows. I don't know if C0 units are valid in these games. I know Epic 7, no, not as much. But Nikke, I'm not too sure of. Again, I don't play the game. I just look up boobies online. But the gacha system is good, but I do think it is a give and take. I feel like we do have to understand that I believe there is a direct correlation. I believe there's a direct correlation to gacha system and then game mechanics. I truly believe, and then game mechanics. I think there is a massive correlation between these two that we have to recognize. And so if you don't have, these two interswap, if you have good mechanics, good / no 50-50, I feel like most likely you're going to need constellations. I think you're going to need constellations for sure. If you have 50-50s, I think you're not really going to need much constellation. I think C0s and under. I think it'll be good. Or free-to-play weapons. I think it'd be more free-to-play friendly. So I think there is a direct correlation between these two that I feel like was not included in this video that should be heavily discussed when we talk about this. Because again, it is a give and take. It is a business. I think Snowbreaker PGR gives free copies on the guarantee pulls. Okay, imprints aren't needed in E7 as there are in other gachas. E7, you need imprints, bruv. I've played some PvP with some other motherfuckers. You need some imprints in E7. You maybe not as much as other gachas. We definitely do. Finally, I'm in Woowa. Enjoy. The fuck is this early stream? What up? Oh, I still came out the end of it, though.
Epic 7.
How dare you?
It has a system of
you don't think so, Sin?
Pulls with ample
you don't
amounts
think so?
obtained on the regular, made it fairly easy to get the majority of characters I'd ever want, as long as I wasn't
How dare
wasteful.
You? Also, we're doing story tomorrow, by the way. Just so you know, we're doing story tomorrow.
However, the Mystic banner in that game is a little less friendly. You may disagree overall with these points, but these are just a few examples that could be modified to suit some of these games.
Even if you say E7 might not need it, I do think cons / free-to-play friendly. I do think these still correlate. You could take out E7, maybe Nikkei. Again, I don't know anything about Nikkei, but I think this still correlates 1000%. And I think there needs to be a good middle ground. So that's my opinion on it.
The 50-50 system and maybe improve upon it. Whatever ends up happening, I'll forever hate the 50-50 system, and I believe its introduction was extremely harmful to players and a step back in the industry as a whole. It isn't the worst system introduced of all time, but it has stagnated the market rather than pushing it forward and becoming more consumer friendly in this new era of gacha.
Do you think the pity system is what has stagnated the market, or the market is stagnated because of the fact that everyone's just trying to copy Genshin Impact bar for bar, and so therefore the game is not good because they're just trying to do a copy of Genshin, so the standards are so high because Genshin's a high quality game? Or I think it's a combination. I feel like the latter of the copy thing. I don't think the 50-50 reason is why. I don't want to do my homie dirty. Let's go back. I don't think the 50 system is the reason why the gacha genre has stagnated. I think it is a combination of both, but I think it is more the latter. I truly do. I truly believe that it is the latter for sure. I feel like Woo is in the middle ground because PGR gives too much free stuff, which just breaks their income while Genshin's too demanding. There is a middle ground. I don't know if Woo was the middle ground though. I don't know. I don't know. We will never know how much money they truly make, but I think they're the closest to the middle ground. Sin's of E7 professional. So whatever Sin said's probably accurate. Sin's goated at E7, but I do think that take I don't agree with.
Friendly in this new era of gacha.
I
hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a bunch for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I hope to see you next time.
Yeah, chat. Here's the link to the video. Everyone go give this homie a follow, a sub, or whatever, please. Really good video essay. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I agree. Very valid points. I think there was nuclear cinema. I loved it. Good video. Thumbs in the chat.